What up, guys? I'm John Camacho. This is Between the Pylons, and today we are talking about the Carolina Panthers rookie draft class. Yeah, get your bottles out for this one, boys. Rough one, all right? And look, I'm not going to shit on it as hard as maybe some people would. I'm certainly not going to shit on Bryce Young. At the end of the day, we all know this draft comes down to, was Bryce Young good or was Bryce Young bad? How good can Bryce Young be? Blah, 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 blah. I'm sure you would love to hear some random guy on YouTube tell you his thoughts on that. But I really don't have any. I thought their offense sucked. I thought their offensive line sucked. I didn't love Bryce Young as much as I liked some of the other quarterbacks coming into this class, but I definitely didn't think he was the worst. I thought he could be a good starting quarterback in the NFL. Look, we'll talk about it. It is what it is. Get you a new head coach, get you an offense around him. Let's see what he can be. I'm not going to say, hey, this dude sucks, this dude can't do it, blah, blah, blah. That's not me, all right? I'm all for, hey, they got this, they can figure it out, love the guy, blah, that's who I am as a person. So I want to believe that this pick right here will be the future franchise quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. I want to believe that this pick right here will make this draft class look absolutely amazing in a couple years. You got to remember, this is season ended a couple weeks ago as of recording this. This isn't the end all be all. Really, you really grade a draft class after 3 years, but year one doing this video, not looking great. We are going to look at a little bit of PFF as we're going through this. I'm not the biggest PFF guys, just because I do think those numbers are skewed, but it puts them in a box a little bit. It gives me somewhere to judge them at. But going down this list, Jonathan Mingo, wide receiver for out of Mississippi. I really liked him coming out. He's a guy that I targeted in some dynasty leagues that I'm in. I thought he would definitely get some more play. Didn't see him a lot. Didn't hear from him a lot. The offense struggled. Like I said, it is what it is. There was really only one wide receiver on that team that did anything, even though there was a lot of names that I really liked as far as prospects on that team that just haven't worked out the way I maybe thought they would. Gotta say, when I was looking at this, doing a little bit of research for this video, I came across this. Okay, 110th out of 128. Yeah, not great, whatever. But how many snaps did he play? Did he play a full season? He must have gotten hurt. He must have not played a lot. 908 snaps. Shocked me. And again, this is not me trying to shit on Jonathan Mingo. This is not me trying to shit on the Carolina Panthers. But boy, did I not realize how much he played this year. All right. Didn't know. Thought that this was a dude who maybe was not in there a lot, but he was. It's unfortunate if you're a Carolina Panther fan, that is. But hey, look. Glass half full, a ton of experience at the NFL level, understands the speed, understands the game a little bit better. Go into that second season, learn that playbook, get in touch with your Bryce Young, and become that dynamic duo that I think everybody wanted y'all to be. Draft Bryce Young in the first, draft Jonathan Mingo in the second. That is your 1-2 punch for years to come. That was a thought. Not going great so far, but hey, I have hope, all right? Not the best, but hey, we'll get there. It is what it is. All right, let's move right along here. I'm gonna pull this back up for you guys. DJ Johnson traded up into the third round to draft DJ Johnson out of Oregon State, or out of Oregon. He's an edge. And, I'm not going to lie to you guys. This was one of those guys who was just a size, speed, skill guy. He didn't have a lot of experience in college. He was a huge project, and they traded up to go get him, thinking that, hey, there's upside for him. So we're not going to judge him. We're not really going to pay attention to it. Didn't really crack the starting lineup a whole lot. Struggled a good bit, and it just is what it is. Last guy I want to talk about here for this draft class. Didn't have a ton of picks, so this video is going to go pretty quick. Chandler Zavata. Chandler Zavata. I'm probably doing that wrong. I don't know. Started the season. All right. Again, started the season. Going back to PFF here. last. I think he was last. Yeah, 80 out of 80. It's not what you want. It's not what you want. Look, I'm again, like I said, I am not the PFF stan. If you want to sit in the comments saying, why are you using PFF? That's bullshit, blah, blah. Like, I'm kind of with you, all right? But it's a good place to, you can put them in an area code, all right? That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put these guys in an area code. How are they doing for their first year? That's not the area code you want to be in. That's the ghetto right there. That's not where you want to be. That just is what it is. No other way to say it, man. Got hurt. I think his last game, yeah, he gets hurt in the 12th game of the season. Hey, started it off. I mean, look, this offensive line wasn't good. There's no other way to say it. This offensive line wasn't good. It's a reason that Bryce Young was as bad as he was. There's a reason the head coach gets fired. There's a reason they're kind of retooling this entire thing. Man, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Look, if you could draft a new owner, I think the Carolina Panthers would be in a lot better spot. David Tepper looking like a very nosy owner, a guy who wants to have his hands in the pot. And, that's not a sentence you want to be saying about your owner. You want your owner to let the football guys make the football decisions, and that doesn't seem to be the case so far. But, hey, find yourself a head coach. Find yourself, I think they fired their GM. I should know that probably if I'm making a video, but let me know in the comments. Help that algorithm out. Let me know. Appreciate it. Hey, it's retooling. All right. Again, if I were going to give this a grade, I'm not really doing that with these videos, but if I was going to give this a grade, I'd say F- would be your grade after year one, but I'm not doing that for these videos. So that is not an official grade from John Camacho. So you're welcome for not giving you an F-. But there's progress here, guys. This is a rough season, but Bryce Young played through it all. He fought his fucking ass off. He did everything he could. I was sitting here on the Between the Pylons podcast talking every week about, hey, you should bench Bryce. I think it was like week 13, week 14 when I started saying, hey, why don't we bench Bryce Young and just give him the rest of the year off, and not off, but like let him learn behind an Andy Dalton, and just like he doesn't need these snaps. Like, it's not going well. Like, I don't want him to get hurt and fuck up his progress for next year. That's what I was saying in the midseason or near the end of the season when we kind of knew how things were going. It is pretty unfortunate that the Bryce Young trade, which I think that's the last thing we got to talk about before I get out of here. And, you guys aren't going to, if you're a Panthers fan, you're not going to love talking about that either. But let me pull it up here real quick. Yeah, gave up an absolute haul, man. You gave up, you move up from the number 9 overall spot to get Bryce Young. You give up your second round pick. You give up a first in the 2024 draft and a second in the 2025 draft, and you trade away DJ Moore, who is a first round pick. Like, that is a guy who would have helped a whole lot for the Carolina Panthers. And this right here. That is insult to injury, because that guy right there is probably going to be Caleb Williams or whoever the Bears think the number 1 pick is, or maybe the Bears traded away, but like that pick is going to be a star quarterback regardless of who's picking it. That is rough. That's not what you want. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm trying to keep things light and breezy. Like, that is kind of the whole idea for these videos, was to have some fun with this. I'm really not trying to just be Mr. Fuck the Carolina Panthers, but look, it just is what it is, man. Again, that trade looks fine if Bryce Young becomes a star. That trade doesn't look great when you got C.J. Stroud picked 1 pick later and you're picking first overall again. No other way to say it. There just isn't. There's no other way to say it. Let's go real quick. I do want to just look at. That's not right. I'm going to put up the Panthers trades here just to see the other trades in their draft class before we get out of here. Last thing we're going to do. Moved up 13 spots for DJ Johnson. Traded a third and a fourth for DJ Johnson. I don't hate that. Like, he's a traits guy. a traits guy isn't gonna pop year one, so like that is such a wait and see pick. Don't overreact to that. That could be your next star defensive end if it projects the way it possibly could. So it is what it is. You go get a guy who you believe in. Obviously, now it's a new organization that's going to come in. You hope he doesn't get just lost in the shuffle there. That's just the nature of the business. We'll see what happens there, but hopefully not. And that's it. I think that's all the trades y'all made. So yeah. There we go. Closing it out. Hey, go Panthers! Rooting for you guys. It does not take much. It does not take long. Obviously, y'all are not in a great spot, but we've seen a lot of teams really turn it around really, really quickly, and hopefully you guys can do that by the time 2025 draft is rolling around. I know not having that first-round pick this year is a huge, huge hit, but a lot of great coaches out there right now, a lot of good options. You get the right guy at the head coach position that can turn a Bryce Young into a star. You go spend some money on that offensive line. You just never know. Things change so quickly in the NFL, and this draft class could so quickly turn from a down in the dumps, this cost our franchise multiple years, to this was the greatest draft class of all time. Look how great we did. It can happen in an instant. And with that, I am out. Peace. Shit on me in the comments if you really want to. It only helps the algorithm. Really, really appreciate it. Peace out, guys.